The church had just missed the big flood that came in. About 3/4 of a mile from the beach all the way to here was several feet of water, and most people lost their first floors of their houses.
The 14-foot surge came right over and just kind of demolished everything. Yeah, I had about 4 feet of water in the house, and then it settled and it was all mud on the floor. I'm a positive person, and if I was the only one, I would feel bad. But there's so many millions that are worse off than myself, so thank God I didn't lose everything. I still maintained a typewriter my mother gave me when I was 13, my laptop, you know, and pictures and different little memorabilia.
So when I came here, up and down every street, you saw nothing but furniture piled 3-4 foot high on the sidewalks and out on the curbs. It looked like a disaster area. It looked like a bomb had just gone off. Many people who we have are marginal with income, and they had very little to start with, and now they had nothing.
Almost exclusively working poor, actually. And I would say an overwhelming feeling of depression in this town. People believing that it's the worst place, nothing good comes from Keansburg. And now, since the storm, the most beautiful thing that's happening is neighbors helping neighbors, and people starting to claim the goodness about who they are and where they're from.
The amazing part was we had no food. Everything was ruined because the electricity was out for several days. And we came, I brought some food, some other people brought some food, which might feed 20 people. And the door opened up and Frays came in.
And that day one, we had a pot of soup on the stove from stuff from our freezers, and a couple of neighbors came by and said, could you use some of the food from our freezers? And they've basically been here ever since. So it's been a really organic coming together and awesome in the true sense of the word.
When we were sitting outside in the rectory looking over at this property and watching people wandering around, we had a choice, and it was to live the gospel or not live the gospel. And I really don't know what it would be like right now if we had chosen not to. And I don't want to give us credit either, because it's more like we sort of said yes and then step out of the way and let God do God's work.
It's something, I step aside from it a little bit because I don't want to impede the flow of the Spirit.
Well, the hands and feet in Christ were here every day, every single day. Both in the volunteers who came together and all the people who walked through the door as our guests. Yeah, it was amazing.